2007, gamers were introduced to the world of Rapture and the decision whether or not to harvest little girls for power.
Totally did. BioShock was an instant classic and X-Play's Game of the Year. Naturally, we're very interested in what Irrational Games has in store for a follow-up. Here's a look at BioShock Infinite.
Elizabeth.
Promise me.
I will stop him.
No. That is an oath you cannot keep. But promise me that if it comes to it, you will not let him take me back.
Elizabeth!
On it!
Don't move, I'll be right back.
Joining us now, the creative director of Irrational Games, Ken Levine.
Ken, so good to see you.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
In games, comic books, we talk about this term of universe, and people have already used the term the BioShock universe. But this isn't a true prequel nor a sequel, but it somehow does fit inside. Please explain.
Well, you know, when we started on it, I think our mission was we didn't want to just sort of make one of those sequels that it's like, okay, you give, 5 new weapons, a couple of new levels. We really wanted the opportunity just to reimagine the whole thing. Because I think what was so powerful about the first BioShock was this amazing new world that you never experienced before. And so that gave us a ton of freedom. It's also scary as hell because we already had all this stuff and we just had to kind of push that aside, but we kept, the core things for me about BioShock are, the feeling of that power of having a weapon in one hand and these other powers in the other hand, and exploring this, really incredibly detailed world that's sort of set in a period of time, a real period of time, but an exaggerated version of that period of time. And so those things are really core, but we really wanted to just push out and experiment with new things.
Now, you brought something with you in this mystery box next to you, and this actually relates to the skyline and how you interact with it.
Yeah, we have this great weapon called the Skyhook, which is both the tool you use to attach to the skyline, but also a weapon, your melee weapon in the game. And we got so excited, we were working with NECA on some action figure ideas and stuff, and we said, well, what if we could make a real life version of this and for fans, so they could actually get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and actually we're going to give this one away in a contest on our webpage.
Maybe we take a look at it?
You may, yeah. See, so
I thought it was just a weapon you had around the office to kind of motivate people.
Oh, that's yeah. I mean,
that's good.
I have a series of diabolic devices. So it's a Skyhook thing, and you open it up. Let's see if I know how to open it. And here we go.
Wow.
And this is just a prototype version, but what Booker does is he puts it in his arm here. And it's a melee weapon, so it's got this a brass knuckle thing here. And these are the things that extend when you're jumping through the air. This starts spinning, and you actually see it in the game and grabs onto the skyline for you. But it's also, if somebody gets in your face, this extends out and can hit them with it.
So now we're going to be able to really travel around the world using the Skyline system.
Yes. What's great about the Skyline system, and you definitely see in the demo, and we're going to actually have a video coming out next week where I really talk about it in depth. But it's like this roller coaster on top of another roller coaster on top of another roller coaster. It's a system that you can see that they use for freight in the world, to move freight around, but everybody, once the war broke out, started using them to get around, like the way the tunnels you used during the Blitz in World War II. And what's great about it, it's a totally free system. You can just basically jump from anywhere to anywhere, and there's a great sequence in the demo, like Booker needs to take out this Zeppelin, and he could either shoot it down, just like using his weapons, but that takes a long time, and that's the strategy he has, but also he can actually get on the skyline, go up to the Zeppelin, blow it up from the inside, and then he dives out of it in the demo. And that's all in the simulation. That's not a scripted sequence.
Well, you know what? I got to say, this once again typifies the fact that in BioShock, it's utopia gone horribly, terribly wrong. Do we have a release date yet for the game?
Sometime next year.
All right, that's good enough. If it's within the year for you,